So, here's a story about a guy who had a kid. He lost his wife, he didn't have a job, and he practically was homeless. He worked part-time as a janitor, and he also had to take his kid to daycare. But he had no way to get his child to daycare, and he had no way of paying for the daycare provider. So eventually, he couldn't take his kid to daycare anymore. So he had to, so his child had to live with him and be with him all the time, which caused him to lose his job as a janitor. That's the beginning of a story that I'm gonna tell you the ending to at the end of this talk. Hi, my name is Savon. So today we're gonna talk to you about social penetration theory. Now, to anyone who doesn't know what social penetration theory is, I'm gonna explain it to you. I'm gonna give you the dictionary or the book definition, and then I'm gonna give you my definition of what I think social penetration theory is. So social penetration theory, from our book, says that it takes a longer view of relationship development and asserts that relationships become closer and more personal through gradually increasing self-disclosure. Self-disclosure is when we reveal personal information about ourselves to other people. So my definition of social penetration is when we meet people, we disclose certain information. So we're going to talk about two things right now. We're going to talk about depth, D-E-P-T-H, and breadth, B-R-E-A-T-H. Breadth is what we use when we first meet someone, when we don't know them and when we aren't comfortable. Breadth deals with the number of topics we talk about. What's your favorite color? How many people do you have in your family? What's your favorite food? Those are things that you talk about when talking about breadth. Now, the more we get to know someone and the more layers that they start to peel back, we start to get more in depth. Depth deals with, if you're talking about a relationship, depth can deal with how many people have you been with? What were some of the most traumatic things that's happened in your life? What caused you to get to where you are right now? I did some research behind it. So some research that we can talk about when talking about social penetration theory is international students versus American students. We can take international students and ask them what they consider to be a friend, and take American students and ask them what they consider to be a friend. Now, when I did this research, it was interesting because it came out what we typically thought. International students coming over to America, the first person they meet, they feel as though that they're their friend, like they can disclose more information. International students when they come over, they tend to disclose more depth versus American students. Whereas though we're from here, we understand how people work, and we don't want to disclose so much depth. We want to keep it pretty simple and disclose a lot of breadth. Teaching people how to develop a skill. To develop this kind of a skill, to be good at social penetration, you can do a few simple things. Interact with more people. If you're not a person who likes to interact with people, you're not going to be too good with social penetration, because you're only going to have those one or two people who you really disclose intimate feelings to. Two, you can take the first step to disclose information. A lot of people don't take that first step and they wait for others to tell them something that's really in depth about themselves before they tell the other person something in depth about themselves. So to kind of speed up the process or make that other person trust you, you can take that first step. Three, become approachable. If you're not approachable, no one's going to want to talk to you. No one's going to want to disclose information, and you're not going to be really successful. Make it easy for people to talk to you also. Be able to have that open form of communication. Four, you can spend quality time with the person. You never know. The more quality time that you spend with someone, the more they are likely to disclose deeper, intimate feelings about themselves. Um, so what personal, societal, and professional benefits will be if we develop the skill? So personally, we can make new friends. We all want to have friends. It's not fun to be alone. So doing these things, you can make new friends. You can build lasting relationships with people. Some of my closest friends are people that I met from college or from high school. You can even save a life. Even simple things like a talk helpline or having someone or a friend there to help talk someone off the ledge is very big. I know personally for myself that there's been plenty of times when I've had friends or family members or even coworkers come to me because I'm so approachable and so easy to talk to, and they disclose some of their deepest feelings to me, and I help them through a lot of hard times in their life. Societal, people will want to approach you. There's plenty of times where I go to the store and I look happy, and people actually approach me, like older people mostly, and like tell me about their day or tell me something about themselves. You can also inspire a lot of minds, young and old. And some professional benefits. It's obviously it's great for business. If you're able to have those kind of open communications with people, whether you're a boss or a coworker, that's always great. And a good story that you can get from, and you can get far in life with these kind of things. Now, to end this, the way the story ends is the guy comes across his boss, who doesn't know who's his boss. He has a job interview, and he's running late, and his boss is having car trouble. So he stops what he's doing, helps his boss to get his car, and he's late for his interview. Now, when he gets up to the interview with his boss, who was the guy who he helped with his car, he's bawling, he's crying, he's releasing some of his most intimate details with this guy about his hard times, his struggles, and why he needs his job more than anybody else. And that's what got him the job. The movie is called The Pursuit of Happiness. I'm Savon Smith, and I'm signing off. Thank you.